find when you get onto the repository?
When you go into the wiki repository, you're going to find a number of things. One of those things that is very important is that you'll start to see the different types of technologies that we have. So it'll be like categories. So you'll have the photo editing types of Web 2.0 technologies, or the social networking type of technologies. So you can go into any of those types and you can see the various different types of specific Web 2.0 technologies that are there. And then once you get into any individual ones, you just click on it and it opens up the chapter. You'll see at the very top of that the logo for that type of technology, and then also a purpose. What is it used for? So in a very few sentences you can ascertain what its value is, what it's being used for, and how it's being used. And then under that there's some type of history that explains why it was developed, who the developers were, and some of those kind of things. And it's briefly introduced in there and at that point. And then also you go from there into how it's actually used. All the different steps involved, if there are a number of steps, how you can access it, links to the actual technology so that you can sign up for it if you want to do that, some type of videos that help you walk through and show you through various graphics and other means of how you would do it and how it could be actually used. Following that, then we started to get into the educational applications of it. So there will be lesson plans for the lower elementary, the middle elementary, and also into the high school and college level, how that technology can be integrated through various topics. So whether it's science or math, or it's some type of reading, or whatever it is, the topic area, we've got various lesson plans that illustrate that. And also we've included business and industry and how they can be used in the various types of training. So we've got those type of things. And then there's also a perspective that we give from the international. How can it be used in an international setting? Many of our international students contribute to that, or at least they edit that version to show you how it's being used in their country and some of the various ways. Hopefully then that will give you a broader perspective of how it's being used globally.
This repository.
I think this repository actually can be used by anyone. Anyone that's interested in, or anyone that has a task to do, that perhaps a technology can be used to help with that task. And so I see it being used by individuals across the board, young to old, that have an idea that they need to have accomplished, and perhaps technology can help them. They can go in and investigate various technologies and see the ways in which people have envisioned that and have provided ways in which to answer certain types of questions. Particularly, however, I see this technology being slanted towards teachers and students within an educational realm. That's why we've included things such as lesson plans. We've included an educational bent to it, is because we want people to be able to see that, hey, not only is this a good answer to certain types of tasks, but educationally oriented tasks. So they'll be able to teach a concept better, so that students can experience it a different way. So that perhaps the student that didn't get it before now gets it because the technology helps them to see something in a new and different way. And so I really see that as an advantage of it. And it doesn't just apply to this country or that country, but to all countries. That individuals that are able then to go in and to see these technologies and how they can use them, whether they live in China or they live in Australia or the United States, it still works in certain ways. Some of them work. There are some that don't work, but there are many of them that work very well.